Station, WTMP, Lake, Tampa, Clearwater, 97.5 in Pinellas.
Hey, Pinellas County, WTMP is moving to 102.1 FM. So change your preset now to 102.1.
Lights, camera, action, a 360-degree interactive, unforgettable experience.
Looking to take your event to the next level and create an unforgettable experience? Capture it all with the 360-degree photo booth from Lights, Camera, Action right now. Corporate events, birthday parties, and more. Book your next experience with us online at 360lca.com, Instagram at 360lca, or call 770-568-5374. 770-568-5374.
Hey, where did you get all that cash in your Cash App? You mean this $750 that's in my Cash App right now? Yes, that's $750. Where did you get all that cash? Easy. I went to cashapp22.com and claimed $750. You claimed $750? Yes. Just go to cashapp22.com and follow the simple instructions on the site. Once you finish, the $750 is yours. It's that easy to claim $750? Yes. You just answer the basic questions on the site, then claim the deals they show you, and get $750 sent to your Cash App. I'm always short on cash. I'm going to cashapp22.com right now to claim my $750 Cash App.
Ready to claim your $750? Get started right now at cashapp22.com. Go to cashapp22.com. Just go to cashapp22.com. Follow the simple instructions and claim your $750 fast and easy. Go to cashapp22.com. That's cashapp22.com. Go to cashapp22.com. Cashapp22.com. Cashapp22.com.
Susan, I'm sorry I'm late. Traffic is terrible. It sure is. But on top of that, gas prices have been skyrocketing. I can't believe how expensive gas has gotten recently. Prices at the pump are up, but I never pay full price for gas anymore. I just use the free Get Upside Gas app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Get Upside app? Yes, up to 25 cents a gallon cash back every time I buy gas. Does that actually add up to anything? I'll make $200 to $300 this year. Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Get Upside app now.
Download the free Get Upside app now in the App Store or Google Play to save up to 25 cents a gallon when you buy gas. Use promo code ENGINE for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's up to 50 cents a gallon on your first fill-up. You can cash out anytime to your bank account, PayPal, or any gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Get Upside app and use promo code ENGINE for up to 50 cents a gallon cash back on your first tank. That's code ENGINE.
Hey, Pinellas County, WTMP is moving to 102.1 FM. So change your preset now to 102.1.
Serving Tampa Bay since 1954, the Heritage Station, WTMP, Egypt Lake, Tampa, Clearwater, 97.5 in Pinellas.
The views, opinions, and conclusions on this radio broadcast are solely the views of this particular program and its host. The views and opinions expressed on this broadcast does not reflect or represent the views of WTMP, its officers, staff, or advisors.
Listen to the Call for Help show with attorney Paul Rebein every Saturday morning and right here on WTMP. And if you need a personal injury attorney, call the Rebein Brothers PA at 813-305-7285. 813-305-7285.
Good morning and welcome to the Call for Help show. I'm attorney Paul Rebein. Joined with me in the studio are my co-hosts, Pastor Brenda Fruster and Robin Lockett. Brenda, you're looking nice today.
Hey, good morning. I'm
What are
trying
you
to
up
pop
to?
it up.
Where are you right now?
I'm actually here in Virginia Beach at Regal University. There's a conference that I am a part of with Joy Ministries this weekend. And so it's so funny, as I pitch it back to you, I had to find a makeshift room. It's storming up here and it's raining. So instead of going back to my room, we came into a little employee only room. So chairs and tables and stuff is all around me. So, but you got to make happen what you got to make happen.
We're glad you're here with us. Hi, Robin. How are you?
Hey, good morning. I don't look nice this morning.
Oh, Robin. Robin, you looking good.
Yes, as always.
As always. How?
Hey,
What about me? Come on.
Oh, you're handsome always. You're a handsome guy.
Love the stripes, Paul. Love the stripes.
I'm wearing I'm wearing a shirt that's made by a company called Paul and Shark.
Oh,
And I
wow.
thought that needs to be my law firm logo, because they call lawyers sharks.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
You're too
How
nice to
was
be a shark, though.
yes? How was Tallahassee?
Oh, it went well. It went well. We took Rep Hart, got a bus. We took members on the bus, and it went well. The day that the flyer dropped from her, they put money in a fund. So, people make a difference. They can say what they want to say, but people make a difference. And when you have a large quantity of people come out, people make a difference. And we just have to keep moving forward. Just like here in Tampa, we'll take that win because we held our event on the 24th. The mayor dropped money, or whoever dropped money on the 1st. So we'll take that win because it's all about rent stabilization, and that's what we're fighting for. So, but people make a difference. But we're going to keep building while they're pondering.
Well, let's back up. So you're referencing that you and a large group of people went to City Hall to speak out about
rent stabilization.
And then the next week, the mayor announced a new program to provide $1 million.
Well, no, she actually mentioned the program 2 days ago, but I found out it dropped March 1st. I don't understand why the press conference wasn't March 1st, but hey, it is what it is. And I think what they've done now, I haven't looked it up yet, but she was trying to, she announced $1,000. And then she's trying to increase it to $5 million. $1 million. Then she's trying to increase it to $5 million. So I'm not sure how that vote went, but we'll take it. It's a Band-Aid though, but we'll take it.
Well, that's you guys showed up and boom, something happened.
In numbers.
Yeah,
in numbers, make a difference because you come in with the force. And when you come with the force of numbers, that lets whoever you're there to say, I've got all of these people behind me, that lets them know that you're taking this thing serious. With the inflation that's going on all around us, people need help.
Right.
At one time on our show, we were talking about the renters, and I was sharing with you that I knew of a lady that was literally living in her storage. And I know Attorney Paul says, she can't be in her storage. It's not healthy. She had nowhere to go. Another person lost their apartment, eviction notice, lost their apartment because they couldn't afford the rent. They were sleeping in their car with their 2 or 3 children. So this rent stabilization has to be enforced, and it has to be represented by people not only with the mouth, but people that are experiencing these eviction notices or the lack thereof.
So let me just be just very clear. So rent stabilization, declaring it a state of emergency, that's not a all in all. There are so many other components that have to happen. What rent stabilization, when the voters vote that they want rent stabilization, that puts some type of halt on it. But guess what? That halt only lasts a year. So something has to be done because now the rent is already up to a certain amount, but people's wages are not up. So there has to be something put in place to offset it, for a longer period of time until it matches up or it catches up. And that's going to be a long time. So there has to be some type of long-term plan created. That's just a segue in to prolong it. To stop it.
Well, give us a call if you'd like to join in this conversation, 888-247-8712, or comment. We're also live on our Facebook pages, so comment there. Now, I did look up this program. It's called the RMAP, Rental and Move-In Assistance Program. And if you want to apply, it's at www.tampa.gov/RMAP. Now, unfortunately, when you go on there, it says that they don't have any more applications because too many people have already applied. So
if it started March 1st and they had 526 applications, why there was a press conference on this 7th or 8th, you know, the program was already in place. So it's kind of backwards to me, but hey, we'll to take the additional. We thank Councilman Goose for putting it out there, initiating it, and we thank Mayor Castor for bringing the extra money. But we need more, and that's just a Band-Aid.
So my question is, the applicants, what's the qualification? These, you have 560 something people. My question would be, what's the qualifications to be accepted? And then can more people come on? Because we just submitted the email address or the website. Can more people come out and apply?
it says that you can put your information in, and then I guess you'll go on some sort of waiting list. I think that as long as I'm not sure what the criteria is, but the news release said that a single person household can make up to $72,380 per year, which is 140% of the area median income, and still qualify for the program. I don't know what what else you have to show. Dee says they're going to be updating it next week, so hopefully we get some more money. I did notice that in St. Petersburg, in Pinellas, they did something similar, but it's a lot more money. It's like $18 million.
Oh, wow.
But I think that was some of the COVID money that they hadn't spent yet. But yeah, it definitely, I mean, $1 million is still a lot of money.
Yeah.
But if you're going to be given $1,000 per person, that's only 100 people or 1,000.
So it's to pay. You're right. So it's to help pay deposits. I think
people.
Help to pay deposits, and also if your rent has increased, so you can pay your rent, but you just got a rent increase for $200. So I'm thinking, I haven't looked at the criteria. I would think that they'll pay the $2,400 for you for that year to help you offset that cost, which is good, right? That's good. But like I said, there has to be long-term plans.
But that just sort of encourages landlords to keep raising the rent, because now they're getting it, and the government's helping.
That's exactly right.
But I want to ask too that with that being said, Paul, my question, and I just have a question here. So when monies is given to the renter, in what form is it given? You know what I'm saying? Because a renter, you can give it to them for their rent.
It's paid to the landlord.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
It's paid to the landlord.
Okay.
And Dee says if you are experiencing rent gouging, there's a price gouging. I think this is for rent. I don't know. Maybe it's for something else too. Price gouging hotline 866-966-7226. Rent gouging. I don't know what constitutes rent gouging.
Rep Hart provided that number this morning because initially it is price gouging, right? If your rent is going up $300, $400, $500, that's gouging because they can. So she was saying that she wants individual. Oh shoot.
Okay, we lost Robin there, but
she'll be back.
Yes. So call that number if you feel like your landlord is gouging you on your rent. I don't know what constitutes gouging, but certainly, $300 would be a significant increase, and maybe.
Paul, this is happening all over the land. I mean, I was watching the news the other night, and a lady, I believe that it was Las Vegas or Houston, but I honestly forgot the city. But that city is one of the highest inflation city. And so this one lady they interviewed, her rent went up $600 more. And she said, I cannot afford this because my pay remains the same. And so she said, I'm going to have to move, and I don't know where I'm going to move. And I said, Lord, multiply that by 100 times. How many more people has a story like this lady whose rent is gone up by $600? I mean, even let's say half of that. I mean, it's just an unfair disadvantage while somebody is trying to take an advantage of the people.
Yes. And one thing I'm sure they're looking at, but maybe we should also be looking at just helping people buy houses so that you can sort of control your payment's going to be the same, for the next 30 years, and you don't have to worry about price increases. And the rents that they're charging now are what you could, spend on a mortgage. So
absolutely.
Yeah, but even with buying a property, that's the issue, right? Because once upon a time, if your rent was, you were paying too much in rent, you go and buy a house and your mortgage was less. But now the properties are so expensive, people can't even afford the properties now. So it's they're getting hit both ways, and the taxes and the insurance is what's going up with people.
Yes.
Yep. And there are investors coming in and making cash offers on properties. And
yeah.
So it's a crazy time here in Tampa Bay. I don't know. I hope that things stabilize and more housing is developed, and that will stabilize rents or cause them to go down and make prices go down.
Yeah, it's a long-term, bit by bit, we have to keep pushing, continue to be seen, continue to be heard. And, it's a time for the electeds to be creative in what they're doing, because other states have done it. So you can't say it can't be done. May not be able to do exactly what they've done, but you can take some of what they've done to, help the city of Tampa or the county. Also.
And may I insert this? I don't want to sound religious, but I'm going to insert this, that not only that, but prayer changes things. And I believe that as the church in our community, the Tampa Bay area and surroundings, I believe that the more we come together in prayer, believing that God will move by our faith, I believe we'll see changes that way as well. It's good for the government to do what they're doing. It's good for all of these bills to be passed and, for this money to be in place. But the prayers of the righteous avails much. And I believe that as we, the body of Christ, will come together and pray against all of these increases and inflations and various things, I believe, and I'm sure my hosts and co-hosts believe the same thing, that we can make a difference. One could put 1,000. The Bible tells us one could put 1,000 and two could put 10,000. Can you imagine the number of people, Lady Robin, that you took on that bus to go to Tallahassee? If you can imagine each one of us standing in agreement and we're praying against these increases, can you imagine what we can put to death by our prayers and our faith? So I strongly believe what you're saying, but stronger than that, my belief is prayer is powerful.
That goes with not one thing will work, right?
Right.
So prayer for the changes, prayer to change the hearts, prayer for people to those that are not affected, that don't walk in anybody else's shoes, to put themselves in that person's just a glimpse. People don't pay attention unless they're affected.
Absolutely.
Hold that thought. I think God is responding here because we got a call. Caller, welcome to the Call for Help show.
Well, I hate peace and blessings. I hate to come behind that title. God is making a response, but I do know this. The world is changing. People have to make a determination as to what side of history they're going to be on. And the lesson learned, and I think just looking at what's going on the other side of the world, when people are making a determination to stand up and fight back. Here in America, where we want to pretend that all is well and all is good, and most of the citizens can suffer silently, and the leadership says nothing. So yes, price gouging, call it what you want to, in a capitalist society, people check that off as they have the right to do it.
Right.
Morally is not right. But until the people organize, stand up, and fight back, that's the only legitimate response in America noted history have we been able to win. And it's always a good point of reference for me is the civil rights movement. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's right.
Good point. Certainly, the people of Ukraine have been a real inspiration in standing up to a superpower and just saying, no, we're not going to let you do this to us. You're not going to just take our land and take this country. So our prayers are definitely with them as well. But what would an organized fight on this issue look like? What are we talking about here? Protesting or something more than that?
A real fight consists of all of it, right? You're going to create policy. You're going to protest. You're going to do sit-ins. You're going to, with each moment, there's an escalation, right? So you go out and peacefully, have a conversation and let people know what your concerns are. You meet with the electives. But the important thing about and in the organizing world, that's called a campaign. The important thing about that is everybody is saying the same thing, right? Everybody has the same message. So wherever they go, they're hearing the same message.
So
go ahead.
You
I'm
talked
sorry.
about declaring a state of emergency. Who has the power to do that? The mayor, or would it have to be
City
the
council.
governor?
And declaring it a state of emergency allows them to put it on the ballot and the community votes on it.
Does the mayor have the power to do it herself? Because we saw in COVID certain measures being put in place without votes of the people or whatever, because it was a state of emergency. Do we know if the mayor has that authority?
I think that if the electives do it, that's how it gets preempted. But if you put it to the people are voting on it, and that's the loophole.
Interesting. Do we know if it's ever been done in Florida before?
No, I'm not sure. I don't think we've ever been in these times, to be honest.
Well, housing is so fundamental. If people
Right.
can't afford a place to live, what could be more of an emergency than that?
Yeah. Along with the price increases, along with the gas. Gas is $4 and something. I came from California, and their gas has always been $4 and something. My son said now their gas is $6.
$6, yeah.
Yeah. So when they come to Florida, we have cheap gas. We still think it's high.
So they loaded up the truck and they moved to Beverly.
Well, that's why I'm thankful I have a Tesla, so I don't have to go to the gas station anymore.
Oh, you plug your car up?
I plug my car in.
I mean, yeah.
Plug it in my garage. Yes.
So does your light bill go up?
Not that much.
Wow.
Not significantly. Certainly not less than $100 a month.
Oh wow.
Oh, and how long does your battery last, or how long does it? You have to recharge?
My car will go 220 miles before you need to charge it up again. But I typically just drive it back and forth to work or whatever, and then plug it in when I get home, and it's fully charged most of the time.
Interesting.
That's good.
Yeah, I mean, electricity isn't, it's still you have to use fossil fuels and coal primarily to power electricity, so it's still going to be affected.
Yeah, and Tico is looking for a rate increase. I think they were looking for like 19 and they got 14 or something of that nature. So it's a fight. I think Tico is dealing with increasing rates now too.
Isn't that interesting that the power the electricity is regulated, and they can't just raise it, whenever they want to. But rents are not.
Correct.
It's an interesting juxtaposition that certain areas I just are subject to governmental regulation on pricing, and certain ones aren't. So we're not in
It makes me wonder as we're talking, electrical car, plugging it up, ooh wee. But it makes me wonder what the people did during the Depression time. When there was the lack of food, the lack of money, unemployment, and that generation pushed through and passed all of those difficult times and hard times. And I believe that it may change a little bit, but I think that, inflation is just going to go higher. People are going to continue to lose jobs. People are still going to be facing evictions and increase of their rent. How are we going to pass through this? How are we going to push through this? And we look at the old folks, and many of them have passed and gone on. But what are we going to do, and how do we pass the baton on to the next generation of being strong and pushing past all of these obstacles that we're facing today?
Yeah.
I don't have the answer, but
Hey, what we're doing right now, this fight right now, it may not help the individuals right now in it, but because policy is being created and so forth, it will help everybody move forward, right? We may not be able to get anything, but then once you start building that stepping stone in regards to changing policy, see, people always have said, oh, you know what, landlords, they're hard to fight, and no one has ever fought them. And it's not about the landlords; it's about what they're doing and what's right. And I want to just quickly before we go off the air, City Council is going to vote on the police chief on the 27th, right? I know the 17th. That's next week.
Yes.
It is very, very telling because I think I said on this show before that it was strange to me that, to be honest, PPA is always in opposition. They always support the police and so forth. It's very, very telling that they are not supporting this unless they've changed their mind, right? I have not seen any other chief come out to support this because she went on a campaign, and it has nothing to do with her per se, right? But the process. And the chair of the city council, I would be surprised if he says a yes. It has nothing to do with redemption. Everybody deserves redemption, right? But we can't put redemption in the same conversation with this person, because that would mean that it's equal and fair. So to compare it to felony rights and so forth, I would want to see somebody that have gotten their charges minimized or reduced, go and apply to be a police officer and see what happens.
Has she been elected? She been voted in?
It's Thursday.
It's Thursday.
Okay.
It's Thursday.
That's what's happening on the 17th.
What's your prediction, Robin?
I don't know. Dean Felder resigned.
Well,
I got 6 councilmen now. So I listen, I gave them enough time to make phone calls. They're in there, they're soliciting or they're campaigning for their candidate. So I understand that. But it's just not a good look. It is not a good look. And it has nothing to do with her. The process is what made this chaotic, right? You put somebody in there that's not certified, from my understanding. So she is going to be certified. So, you put somebody in there in that helm instead of just going through the process. And I feel the total disrespect of the council. Charter is the law. Charter is the law.
We'll see on Thursday. Are you going to be there for the vote?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to go down.
Well, we shall see what happens. I've heard on good authority that she is going to, get the votes, but we'll see.
I mean,
Anyway,
Prophet,
our time is up. Thank you guys for joining us today. Thanks to all our listeners. Definitely follow us on Facebook, and if you miss a broadcast, you can always listen to us on our podcast on all the podcast platforms. And we will see you next week on the Call for Help show. Bye.